Hey everybody, Brian Z here with another whiteboard session for you real quick, and this one is very, very important. This is where almost every doctor's office and practice that we see fails, and they leave so much money on the table due to this factor. It's really problematic, yet it's a big opportunity if you do this because your competitors are not. So when you start to do this to and with your patients, then you are going to definitely stand out and you're going to do your business a whole lot of good. So I want to talk to you a little bit about, it's kind of a sideways, what we would call funnel. Okay, so we're going to draw it like this. And then we're going to draw this other side. Okay, we'll call it the sideways funnel. Normally a funnel is kind of like this, and you put prospects in here and the money comes out the bottom. We're going to draw this a little bit sideways. So this dollar sign represents the sale. Okay, this is when a patient actually gives you money, and that's what we want, and we want it to happen over and over again, and that's kind of the catch here. So this would be, as they start to come in, you know, leads start to come into you this way in a lot of different ways. And if you're only using one source of lead generation, that's usually a problem. You know, you'll have better sources for lead gen than others, but you want to make sure you're using different methods over and over again. And one of the things that we hear constantly is, I tried that. You know, oh, Facebook ads, I tried that. Well, let me see what you tried. So it was one ad, one time, they spent $50 or $100, got no phone calls, got a few clicks, and was like, eh. You know, if you don't study these things and do these things on a regular basis, you're going to fail. You might as well not try. So making sure you bring in an expert that is willing to play the long-term game is of vital importance, but that's another topic for another day. So a lot of different ways for leads to come in. So most marketing companies are going to do this, and they're going to stop right here. That's it. They're going to bring you leads, and the rest is up to you. And the big reason is because they're going to say, well, I don't know who's in your office. I don't know if you answer your phone. I don't know how you treat people. I don't know if you're any good. Our job is to give you leads, and then that's it. And this fails so often. That's why a lot of marketing companies get bad raps, because you know the patients or the doctor's offices will say, you know, I tried them and I got a bunch of leads, but the leads were garbage, and nobody returned my calls, and so on and so forth. And there's a lot more to that, which is why we do our program the way we do it, because we don't want to be another one of these companies that just throws leads at you and that's it. That's not going to help your business. That doesn't fix the problem. So when we're foundationally based, there is more to this, and we become partners so that the rest of this can happen. So this would be the nurturing part, where the leads are going to come in and your staff is going to nurture them, make the appointment, get them in for the consult, so on and so forth. And then we get into the sale, okay? So the part that people miss the most is this half. And when we're talking about continued follow-up and upselling and cross-selling, so on and so forth down the road, and making that patient, instead of worth one visit or two visits, getting their family members. So you know, we've got referral based systems. We have more marketing, educational based marketing. Okay, just because they become a patient doesn't mean you stop educating them. You're going to continue to educate so that you can, you know, continue to develop that expert status even further and further down the road. So this is where people are missing most of their sales. This is what can double, triple, 10x your business very easily, and it's way cheaper to sell on this side of the funnel, because they're already a patient of yours. They already know you. You're already in contact with them. They're allowing you to text. They're allowing you to email. They're going to watch your things. Way cheaper to get it here than it is here. This is the most expensive part, is getting that new patient. When we've got them, we want to continue to sell to them and their family members and their friends and their coworkers and so on and so forth. So these touch points, these things take touch points. We'll use T's. So you have to be touching with an email, with a video blast, with a blog post, with text, with messenger, with postcards, with all types of different things. And when you do these consistent touches over and over and over again, it works. People say it doesn't work when they do it once and they spend a bunch of money and they get 1 or 2 leads out of it, or sales. And again, the short-term thinking and the front-end thinking, and not developing the rest of the business. So I want you to think about how many times, even write it down, how many times does your practice use touch points with patients after they become patients? Probably not a whole lot. And I know my son, who's now in high school, when he's had braces twice. Thank you very much. I was sold braces twice. Yes, he needed them twice. But the orthodontist office that we were using was fantastic at this stuff. He had a phenomenal referral-based system, and their office was packed, and they really did a nice job with the youth market. And I don't know that there's ever a time I went in there and all the chairs weren't full and there's people in the waiting room, and this guy, I don't think, worked a full schedule, but he would just pack them in like sardines, and there's pictures all over the waiting room of the kids that he's treated and given that credibility over and over and over again. But we constantly get touch points from them, educational based stuff. And they have a nice referral program set up. They're really doing it well, and this guy's, he's doing well. You can just tell. So, this is the part that most people forget. So when they come, if you're a chiropractor, for instance, and somebody comes to your office and you crack their back and try and make another appointment or 2, and then that's it, and then they cancel the next one, and all of a sudden they're not on the schedule anymore. What are you doing with that? And it's, usually at the most we would see an office make a phone call and say, hey, we need to reschedule that appointment. And then poof, that's it. And that's not the way it's done anymore. People are too busy. That one phone call message gets lost, so on and so forth. And there's just a lot more things that you can do to make all your money. This is worth way more money on the back end than just this $1 sign here in the middle. So think about that. And there's a lot of things you can do with those different touch points. And if you have further questions on that, please feel free to get in touch with me, and we'll help you out. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and you can develop your back end of your sideways funnel. And until next time, we will talk to you later.